Let's now take a look at batch and real-time processing side by side, which really is a case of efficiency versus speed. So in the case of batch processing, data is processed at a scheduled time, whether weekly, monthly, yearly, fortnightly, whatever, or when a sufficient amount of data has been reached at a specific time. In the case of real-time processing, the transaction occurs on the spot, the databases are updated on the spot. Okay? With batch processing, the transactions are all collected into one transaction file. This transaction file is stored, and then once the specific date occurs, the actual transaction takes place and the master file is updated. In the case of real time, the transaction event occurs, and at the same time, the online computer database is being updated. So it's a constant cycle that's happening over and over and over again at the immediate time. Okay, examples of batch processing include check clearance, generation of bills by companies for customers, and credit card transactions, which often do seem like they are real-time transactions, but the actual transaction doesn't take place until a later date. In the case of real-time, we have reservation systems when you're booking with a hotel or booking with a travel agent. Okay, they occur at that time so that no one else can take that spot once you've booked it. Okay, and point of sales terminals in Coles, Big W, okay, where once you scan your item, it goes through, all the databases are updated, and you get your receipt at the end once you pay. Okay, the advantages of batch processing are that basically many transactions take place at once, and participants don't get hit with doing those processes over and over and over again. So many tasks are done at once in an automated process, okay, reducing workload. The problem is it takes time for the data to be processed. So once that specific date occurs, that's when the data take place. So you might have to wait a week or a month until a specific data occurs. And in the case of a payroll system, okay, that can be very important to people because they want their pay as soon as they can get it. In the case of real time, data is processed immediately. That is the great advantage of it. Okay, once the data goes into the system, it's done straight away. But the act of processing the data is repetitive. So think about when you go into the shop and you see the person at the front scanning each data one by one by one all day. That has an increased cost because you have to pay employees to do that task. Okay, and that work obviously is very tedious and bothersome. So I hope you understand the difference between batch processing and real-time processing. The batch process is a very efficient system, okay, in that data gets processed in bulk and in an automated system, but it takes a period of time to do so, so it is not done straight away. Whereas in a real-time system, data is processed straight away, okay, but there are costs to doing that and getting people to constantly process the data for you, okay?